will play for us a melody of Irish airs.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Alana and Julia. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the members of the committee that worked so hard on this project. The committee is made up of members of the Charlestown Historical Society and the leadership team here at St. Francis de Sales Parish, including, of course, Father Dan Mahoney, Charlestown Historical Society President Arthur Hurley, Jimmy Walsh, Robbie Marcella, Doug McDonald, Joni Ray, Dr. Dan Casey, and Maureen McNamara. Thank all of you for all of your extraordinary work on this project. Additionally, and perhaps just as importantly, I want to acknowledge Elizabeth Devaney, whose firm, Devaney & White, built the magnificent memorial that we'll be unveiling here within the next few minutes. Without Elizabeth's guidance and professionalism, and I know she's right over there, we would assuredly not be standing here today. Most importantly, Elizabeth, thank you for all your patience in putting up with us. We'll be forever grateful. Thank you. We want to further express our profound gratitude to all of you here today who have contributed financially to the erection of this memorial. Hundreds of you contributed your hard-earned dollars to this project. And to those of you who purchased the Green Square Mile, you should know that every penny in profit was used to fund the memorial. God bless each and every one of you. Please welcome Mr. Arthur Hurley, the longtime and esteemed president of the Charlestown Historical Society, with some appropriate remarks. Arthur.
Thank you, Ed. Reverend clergy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be here today to speak on behalf of the Charlestown Historical Society and the Parish of St. Francis de Sales. We are gathered here today on the summit of Bunker Hill to celebrate the 150th Remembrance Mass and to bless and dedicate this Celtic cross to the memory of the children of the famine. This hill was made famous by our patriot forefathers who fought here and on Breed's Hill for their liberty and for a new country that would become a beacon of hope for much of the world. For the people of Ireland, during the horrors of the Great Famine, America was much more than a beacon of hope. America was the salvation of the Irish people. If the millions or more Men, women, and children who were able to emigrate from Ireland had remained in Ireland. The number of deaths from starvation and disease were beyond our imagination. America was not always a place where the Irish were welcome. Nowhere is this more true than in Charlestown. The burning of the Ursuline convent and the attempt by the town government to prevent the burial of Irish Catholics in this burial ground are examples of the bigotry directed at the Irish. The Irish came to Charlestown in small numbers during the colonial period. More came after the Revolution. They came in great numbers to Charlestown and Boston as a result of the famine. The Irish continued to immigrate to Charlestown after the famine and well into the 20th century. The Irish and their Irish-American descendants have always maintained their Irish identity. They created in Charlestown a community that was both Irish and American. The financial support for the creation of this memorial and the fulfilling of the Green Square Mile, story of the Charlestown Irish, from townies both far and near, show how deeply we cherish our Irishness and the town we love so well. God bless Ireland, America, and may the souls of those interred here rest in peace.
Thank you, Arthur. We have a bit of music now. Unfortunately, Emma Kate Tobia from the county of Wexford could not be with us today. We're going to do a piece of her music with her extraordinary voice called To Christ the Seed. That's the music of Emma Kate Tobia. Beautiful piece of music. I want to introduce some of our friends who are here today First of all, City Councilor, District 1 Boston City Councilor Sal Lamartino. I know Sal's here. Where is he? Sal, thank you. Former Mayor of Boston and Ambassador to the Vatican, Raymond Leo Flynn. Ambassador Flynn, I know he's here somewhere. State Senator Anthony Galluccio. Anthony's always been a great friend of this community. Two people for which, quite frankly, we probably would never have been here today. Our former state representative Gerard Doherty and his wife Marilyn. Thank you for all your enormous generosity for both these projects. We would not be here today without you. Mr. Robert Visconti, who was the Executive Director of the Catholic Cemetery Association, is here today. Thank you. I want to take a quick opportunity to introduce my dear friend, Dr. Dan Casey. I'm just going to have you come up, Dan. Dan is going to introduce Mr. Marius Harkin from Clonmany Parish, County Donegal. Thank you. Dan?
Right. I have the easiest job here today. I think I do, anyhow. The residents of this cemetery have never had a better friend than Marius Harkin of Clonmany in Donegal. Marius not only speaks their language, and remember, most of the people who are buried here were Irish speakers, but he hails from Inishowen, where many of those interred began their long and arduous journey to Charlestown. Apart from academic credentials, Marius Harkin has served as the founder, director of the McGlinchey Initiative, and the editor of the Proceedings. That's the McGlinchey Proceedings. He is the epitome of the dedicated, passionate local historian. And local history is, to my mind, the only history worth pursuing. Is Tom O'Connor here? I better be careful on that one. He is, all right. Oh, he is, okay. Marius Harkin is with us today to bring to full circle an important piece of local history. In a real sense, Marius' story is the story of the Irish in Charlestown and the story of those interred in this graveyard. His great-grandparents escaped Ireland for America in the bad old days. They lived in the North End. They married at St. Stephen's on Hanover Street. They're buried in Malden. Marius's mother lived and worked here before he turned into Clonmany to get married. In a way, Marius is quite at home here. And when 3 years ago I asked him to organize our Green Square Mile film shoot in Donegal, he did it unhesitatingly. He showed us how they lived. He told us why they left. He brought us to Clonmany Churchyard, where many of the headstones referenced Charlestown, USA. Marius and Clonmany are then part of our history. They're not only benefactors and contributors to this memorial, the Children of the Famine Memorial behind us, but they reestablish an important link and they close the circle. So on this historic occasion, I'm delighted and I'm pleased to introduce a gentleman, a scholar, and a very good friend, Marius Harkin.